Everybody, I'm back here with a game I have not looked at for quite some time, Novus Inceptio. Many of you probably remember me posting a few of these a while back. This is a game that I've looked very much forward to, but of course is, like most indie things, slow in development. However, they do continue to update and upgrade things, so I wanted to just briefly go back over some of these things that they've decided to add in. Some very good changes, things that are very quality of life. First thing you'll notice is this screen here. This is different. This is new. This was not here before, and the reason for that, they've now introduced a offline single player mode. That is not going to obviously have anything to do translate over into the other two, but it is something they've added for those who don't want to be connected to the internet. Still have ghost mode. This is the single player online in the MMO, which I also want to point out, when I have asked them about their plans for multiplayer, the last I had heard they had wanted to try for maybe a second quarter, but it looks like that's been moved back to fourth quarter this year or early next year. That part I'm very much looking forward to. But let's actually go into what I am most used to, their ghost mode, and just really quickly go over some of the changes they've made. And this will probably not be a very long video, but again, I wanted to just show you some of the things they're doing differently. A lot of this is very much quality of life, things that are very welcome, at least from me. The biggest thing they've added, again, is the single player model. That doesn't really matter to me too much. They're also adding some Steam trading cards. Big things for me. One of the things I had complained about before is the fact that your map was not visible during the nighttime, basically. If you were around at night, you just couldn't build. You couldn't do anything you couldn't see on your map. They have now changed that to where your map will be lit at all times. The other thing they've done is before, and you still have it active, you can see, before you'd have to go to either corner of the screen to move your map. Now you can actually just point and click with the mouse, which is, again, a very welcome change. And I have died, so I don't know that I actually even have anything. Looks like they've done a complete wipe of everything. So, there you go. They've changed a little bit with quality. I don't have anything to show you quality because it looks like my inventory is now gone. Unfortunately, that also means I'm not going to be able to demonstrate some of the crafting changes. The other thing they've changed that I complained about a little bit was building. In build mode, in the dark, you really cannot build, and without having a multiplayer component, there's really not much more to do. And they've actually changed that as well to being more of the daytime than night. I think it's now 75% to 25%. Crafting. Another change that has been made that I thoroughly enjoy, although I'm not going to be able to show you, autofill. So this will actually now, instead of having to go from inventory and pull over, inventory, pull over, it will actually autofill. I do not know how that works with quality. I just don't know yet. So I don't know where they pull or what they pull. High quality, low quality. Does it mix? Does it try to stick together? The other thing that I believe they have also done, that was another big problem or complaint. Blueprints. Blueprints for a while became essentially that's all you did. You hunted. You went and tried to find some of these anomalies. They added some chests later on. That has also changed to where now the very basic blueprints, the things that you need to create very simple things, are automatically in inventory. You don't have to go searching for them. A lot of backend, so frames per second, are increased. They actually claim 10 to 20 has been increased as where they've been able to move things, and also reduce memory consumption. They are really working on inventory um, and changing how tier quality looks. They're rebuilding a lot of the crafting as well. The other thing that they've added that was a big concern of mine, or thing I hated, was you can actually now create in bulk. So I can't do it because I don't have the items and I don't have the time to go through and actually harvest things and show you. You can definitely check out some of my other videos on this playlist though. You can actually now craft in bulk, a huge plus. One of the things I love about this game is having to create subcomponents to create your ultimate component. I hated having to do one by one combines. They've also reduced crafting time based off of your skill. So as your skill goes up, the time needed to create is also going down. So the other thing, people would come in and if they lost their initial knife, it became a pain trying to go back through and do everything. Now you can actually create a crude knife that does not require anything special. You can, or anything pre-made. You can just craft a knife from stone, branch, or fiber. Um, so, um, those are some of the big things. There's a lot more. You can see them in the actual um, hotfix or patch notes. They are definitely continually learning or upgrading their game, listening to everyone and their input. I wish things would be coming much faster on the multiplayer side, but they're just not. So that's okay. It'll get here, but until it does, you're very much alone. But it is a beautiful world to look at, as you can see. There's nothing quite like this, actually, that I can think of within the game world. Um, so, that was just a very brief update on what they are changing, and they continuously update. So, again, Novus Inceptio is a game I would check out if you have the time. Unfortunately, I cannot do much within this video as far as crafting because I was not anticipating that everything I own would be gone. I actually believe I just need to run to a cloning station and that should be fixed, but as you can see, the nearest cloning station is actually quite a ways away. So, well, I got some time. Let's go ahead and do that. If you don't want to watch anymore, that's fine. We're going to need to run south and west. So let's head that direction. Let's see if I can actually... There it is, right there. Hopefully I do not run across anything that will try to eat. I'm not going to try to scale those mountains, so it really does unfortunately look like the closest thing is across the water. So let's just try to get there. I don't believe there's any fish to actually try to hunt and kill me. So let's just swim. And I'll talk as we are running here. Again, Novus Inceptio, McMagic is the studio producing this. A really cool ideas. Compact, everything is in its infancy. This game, I believe, was maybe November, October, no, somewhere recently is when it first hit early access. Unlike a lot of other early access games, this continues to progress. They continue to add things. They continue to listen to the people that are playing the game. Because you can probably read some of my old, my Steam, I believe my Steam review, some of the things I complained about. Maps, you could not read them during the nighttime. That's been changed. Building, you didn't have enough time. You know, half of your time you couldn't build because you couldn't see. Well, they've now changed that as well. And then the concerns again of blueprints becoming an expedition of just searching for those, that's been changed a little bit. Although you still will have to go to, you'll have to look around to actually find some of the better quality things. They continue to update their crafting system. So now they added, this was before this patch, they actually added some further breaking down the materials, salvaging, things like that. Another up, just to continuously update their crafting. And then crafting in bulk, that was huge. Um, the autofill I actually did not really complain about nor request. I like the idea. Didn't come from me though. But trying to reach that tower within these towers. So, Novus Inceptio, for those who maybe are watching this for the first time, you actually age and die. So it is inevitable that your character will die. That being said, when you die, you are resurrected. And in a sense, let me step back a step there. You are sent as a ghost, and actually, as I'm thinking through this, I'm realizing, oh, not mean to go down. I emerge. Okay. I'm trying to emerge with space right now. Not working. It says space to emerge. Come on. What the hell? Oh, we're going to have a talk about that. That's not happening here. In fact, I think I'm going further down. It's like, when you die, I'm going north. I don't want to go north. There we go. Finally worked. You are basically in a ghost form that you have to go to these towers and be reanimated. That's why I'm actually thinking I'm not going to get anything back. I'm pretty sure, actually. Because I'm not in a ghost form live. Fortunately, that also says to me that I don't have any of my items. I don't even have my A2. Now that I found it. I don't even have my A2A bot, which is interesting. It's a little thing that follows you around and helps you, basically. My high-tech stuff's gone. These are all your basic things. Oh. It is all gone. That's odd. I don't know if I'm going to have to delete this character, potentially. So I'll have to figure that out. But you know, again, with an aging game, you will die, but your inventory and everything is kept in A2, A2A, which mine is currently missing. Not sure why or where it is. I am puzzled because I've never seen that happen. Unfortunately, that is a big thing. They do have encumbrance, but with the A2A, it basically, there is no encumbrance as long as what you have is within that. Now, when you're crafting, it will pull things into your own inventory. So, I'm pretty certain I'm running here for no reason. If anything, it'll be a good starting point. But I'm going to have to start all the freaking hell over. Which is fine. I'm really more interested, obviously, in the multiplayer component, which just is not available yet. Oh. But this is definitely a game that is on my, sort of, high on my radar. as it shows, all procedurally generated. Oh. And you can see I'm having to pause every once in a while. My stamina is... I do have stamina. That thing glittering in the distance there, that is an anomaly. Great place to find the blueprint that you need. Although blueprints are really all that is within it. There are not much else. Which unfortunately means you're basically spending time running around, looking at a pretty world, looking for a chest, for a blueprint, and I have to tell you that gets very old, very fast. With thirst, swimming, obviously, building near, like right over there, I would great area to build. Should I feel the urge to do so. Over here, here's where we would be cloned. A cloning station. I'm not technically dead, so I can't clone myself. But I have nothing. So I'm not really sure what to make of that. I'm gonna call it a bug. If any, losing my items is fine, but the A2A is a very central part of what you're doing. To not have it is interesting. These things will normally house blue, but I am stuck without any. That is where I will leave it for now.